What do you say there, folks? This old hillbilly. Today we're going to cut up some bacon in little small pieces. And as you've seen by the picture, we're going to make some bacon jam. I tried this a long time ago. Then I didn't think too much of it, but after I got to watching more videos, I didn't have enough patience. I just got in a hurry and didn't let everything cook down long enough. If it was more of a sauce, thick sauce, and we got her figured out this time. I guess I shouldn't have filmed this whole thing. I'm going to try this just voiceover thing for a while, see how I like that. I never can think and talk at the same time. So, all right, we about got her cut up. A little boring there. They ain't got to be perfect. They ain't got to be that small either. But all right, spin that camera around there. Make everybody sick. We got the old black iron skillet heated up. We're just going to cook them down a little while. Take your time. And this, every recipe I watched, they had to pour off bacon grease because you only want a couple tablespoons in there. But at the end, I got the old cheap Harps bacon, the cheapest one, because I thought it don't matter. But there was more water in it than grease, so I actually had to add a little bit of bacon grease in. There I got some onions chopped up. The finer you chop everything, the less time it takes. I think this whole thing took me a couple hours to simmer it down, an hour and 45 minutes anyway. But I erred on the side of caution. I went real slow. You don't want to cook them hard crispy, especially if you're a hillbilly like me and missing a couple of teeth. You want them a little bit chewy, in my opinion, because they're going to cook more. They're going to simmer more. But I don't think it really matters because at the end they break down just like a pork butt would break down. They break down to just little strings of meat, basically. There's barely anything to worry about. All right, now I take that bacon grease and we're going to work these onions down. I think the neat thing about talking over this thing is I can go to the refrigerator and get a beer while I'm talking, which is what I'm doing right now. Anyway, all that fond down there in the bottom, you know how bacon leaves that fond, they call it. They just junk stuck to the bottom. Don't try to get that out because all the water and juices from the onions, I'm trying to show you there. Camera didn't really pick it up very good, but the water starts out of the onion starts pulling it up. And you want all that bacon flavor in there. Ever since we got that old Blackstone, I don't cook in my skillets near as often as I used to. See how dark they're getting? Caramelize them on down. You ain't going for what they call it, al dente or transparent or anything like that. You want them caramelized. You get them about looking like that, put your bacon back in. Get them mixed up, get your bacon back hot. And everybody's recipe calls for like a pound of bacon, 1 onion. So I had a pound of bacon, 1.5 onions chopped up because I just had a half onion. It wasn't that big though. There weren't big onions. And it called for 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Well, I wound up putting close to a whole cup just because looking at it, I felt like it needed more. And I don't know. I added just a little bit. Oh, yeah, they added water in there too. Because you're wanting to reduce everything. You want liquid in there and you want it to reduce down. That's when it becomes jam, and it is actual jam. So there's my original half a cup of sugar, but I believe I added almost that much more because I just didn't feel like it was, you know, didn't feel like it was enough. I don't remember what I was doing there. Oh yeah, it called for balsamic vinegar. And I didn't have any balsamic vinegar, so I had that raspberry walnut vinaigrette had vinegar in it. I don't know if you've ever ate that, but that stuff is good. And I thought at first I put oh yeah, there's about a shot of bourbon in there. I thought I put too much of that vinaigrette, but at the end I thought it was pretty dadgum good. You could barely taste it. A Wild Bill sitting here with me, but you're making a bacon jam. Remember that? But anyway, and just stir that down. And now here's where you need to be patient. Just wait on it. I kept wanting to pull it. I thought, no, don't. So done the right thing. I just kept a lid on it and very lowest setting and just let it. I could have probably went hotter, but I was afraid of scorching it. With all that sugar, I just let her go. See there? Oh, we're getting closer. Look at that. I almost pulled it there. I thought, oh, see, it's still a little watery. And boy, I'm telling you what, talking about giving your house a smell now, it smells good. I added just a little bit of honey because I poked it with my finger and tasted of it, and I thought, well, it needs a little more honey, or some honey, I thought. So that's optional. I don't know if I could tell the difference in the end or not. Look at there how you can scrape it back and it don't run back into the same spot. That's what you're going for, but it's still running. So I took it a little further. Now we're about there, I believe. And you got to remember too, it's hot there. Once you put it in the jar, put it in the refrigerator, it's going to get way thicker. And it was a very thick jam when I got done. You'll see what it looks like. You can't even hardly spread it with the spoon out of the refrigerator. I probably should have pulled it right there, but I don't think I did. I think I went a little further. And it never did try to burn or stick. But like I say, I was on the lowest setting. Yeah, I went further. Right there's when I pulled it. See how that is? Most of the chunks are dissolved down. I think it's time to jar that stuff up. And once again, I'm working with one hand, holding the camera with the other. That actually took a little while to do. Well, don't you spill it all, dumbass. All right. That pan cleaned up so easy right when it was done, just a little hot water in there and it all come up. Touched a little bit of soap. Now look at this. This is after. Now something to note too, if you use a mason jar with the sealable lids, you put it in there hot, screw it down, just leave it out on the counter. As it cools, it seals, and that'll keep in there. It's canned. It's actual jam. And there, I'm going to try it on I think we had, what was that? Yeah, we had smash burgers that night, I do believe. I think that's what it was. Or maybe it was. Yeah, I think we had smash burgers. See, it's so thick it don't even want to smear. That's fine. If I had two hands, it'd be a lot easier. If I was using two hands. Get them flies off there. Yeah, that was a smash burger. And boy, I'll tell you what, that was good. That was real good. It really ain't like putting sweet jam, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It was a little different than I thought it was going to be. The onion, you really don't taste any onion flavor. And I definitely call that a win. I put some the next morning.